He said, "You can say I was disgusted with the video and I wouldn't treat my enemy like that."
She's a liar, like none of this is true. She's doing this for money and fame and clout and all this.
This new Kanye West lawsuit contains some of the most insane allegations I have read in my entire life.
Like, I don't give up.
Diddy has been under scrutiny for quite some time. However, this time, he's not alone, as Kanye West is also allegedly being implicated alongside him for engaging in inappropriate activities. Y'all, Kanye West is getting called out for being a sexual deviant. Kanye West has made headlines for all the wrong reasons when singer-songwriter Niykee Heaton accused him and Diddy of sexual assault, involving herself and Kanye's former manager, Pisciotta. Nicki's accusations surfaced shortly after Lauren, who previously worked as Kanye's assistant, filed a lawsuit against him. His former assistant, Lauren Pata, has already sued him, claiming he harassed her and made inappropriate propositions. Can you believe it? The tea seems piping hot, as many fans are eager to find out what's more he has done. In a recent lawsuit, Lauren Pisciotta alleges that after hiring her in 2021, Kanye West sent her these explicit messages and jacked off right in front of her on a flight to Paris, and indecently exposed himself to her on a flight to Paris. Lauren Pisciotta has been in the industry for a while, working as an A&R, a marketing consultant, and a project manager. In her lawsuit, Lauren Pisciotta claimed that Kanye West initially hired her in July 2021 to work on his Yeezy women's fashion line and collaborated with her on 3 songs for his Donda album. She alleged that West then employed her as his personal assistant, agreeing on a salary of $1 million with the condition that she be available 24/7, which she accepted. After a year of working as West's assistant, she claimed that the Vultures rapper told her he wanted her to be godlike and asked her to delete her OnlyFans account so she could work for him full-time, allegedly promising to pay her an additional $1 million to compensate for her loss of income if she did so. Shortly after deactivating her account, Pisciotta alleged that West started sending her explicit messages detailing explicit acts he wanted to engage in. He also sent adult photos and videos. She further claimed that West would engage in explicit acts during phone conversations with her, ask her personal questions about her boyfriend's private part sizes, and once requested she removed her cardigan in the office because he felt it covered too much. In another instance detailed in the legal filing, Pisciotta claims that the artist known for Life of Pablo trapped her in a private room on his plane and engaged in adult behavior in her presence. After more than a year of working with West, Pisciotta said that she was promoted to chief of staff for his various companies in September 2022 with a salary of $4 million. However, she alleged that West terminated her employment just a month later. Pisciotta stated that despite being promised $3 million in severance pay, she reportedly never received it. In addition to the allegations of wrongful termination, Pisciotta has filed a lawsuit against West and his Yeezy enterprises for fraud, unpaid wages, and intentional infliction of emotional distress, as outlined in the court documents. If you look into the lawsuit details, it's really disturbing. No one expected Kanye to do such things behind the scenes, which is why many fans are claiming he is no better than P. Diddy, who has been accused of being a predator to many people. However, he wrongfully terminated her and didn't pay her wages, which is another aspect of her lawsuit. Some people might think she's only suing because she got fired. Kanye, on the other hand, claims the accusations are baseless and is filing a countersuit against her. He argues that she actually pursued him, tried to coerce him, and resorted to blackmail and extortion when he rejected her advances. According to the lawsuit, one of her responsibilities was to arrange transportation for women to meet Kanye West, being available at his beck and call 24 hours a day. The lawsuit claimed on one such occasion in August 2022, after Pisciotta had arranged an Uber ride, Kanye West, aka Ye and Bianca Censori, called her wanting to discuss the fivesome they had participated in the day before. In Lauren's lawsuit, she detailed what Kanye allegedly subjected Bianca to. According to the lawsuit, Kanye would have his wife and other women perform explicit acts on him and other male guests in his Yeezy Gap office. It appears Kanye has been spending too much time with Diddy, adopting similar behaviors and methods to harass women. Just look at the similarities in the allegations between Diddy and Kanye's lawsuits. The lawsuit says, during the same time period, Kanye West, aka Ye, asked design assistants at the Yeezy Gap office why Pisciotta would not want to have with him. West was extremely upset and angry that Pisciotta would date or have relations with others, but not him. Although the case is going to be messy, we don't know who to believe 100%, but it's not looking good for Ye. Just days after the counter countersuit, Lauren's former colleague and singer, Niykee, took to Instagram Live to make shocking allegations against Kanye and Diddy. During the live stream, she also supported Lauren's accusations. Niykee Heaton, a singer, has exposed both Kanye and Diddy. Heaton, who used to be managed by Lauren Pisciotta, backed up Lauren's claims. During her Instagram Live session, Niykee stated that Lauren Pisciotta used to manage her. She mentioned they drifted apart because they were at different points in their lives. Niykee shared that her negative experiences nearly made her lose her passion for music. On the other hand, Lauren focused more on the business side of the music industry and continued until she had her own realization.
Diddy kept looking at me, and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances, and I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. And I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink, and like I'm not actually doing it. And like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something in this drink. There's something in this drink. And I didn't know what to do. And I like, my manager was like across the room, but like close enough, but like not next to me, so I couldn't like whisper to her. But I wanted to tell her, I'm like, hey, don't drink this. There's something wrong with this. But I couldn't. So I reach for my phone and I start to type, and Kanye takes the phone out of my hands and he's like, who are you texting? Like, you don't need to text anyone. Like, we're having a party. And I was like, okay. And he like puts it on one of the speakers. And I'm like, fuck. Now what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. And I see my manager take a sip. And I'm like, fuck. Like, now what do I do? And then I see her take another sip. 2 sips out of this little vodka cranberry cup. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? 2 sips, and I watch her face flush. And all of a sudden, like I look over and she's speaking really loud and like making jokes. And I'm like, whoa, like this isn't her. Like she doesn't make jokes. She's terrified of people. Like she doesn't even talk. And I was like, it's already hitting her. Like 100%, I just knew that the drinks were all laced with something. And she starts like almost being like belligerent a little bit, but not in like a crazy way, just like really enjoying herself. And I'm like, that's not her. That's not her. She doesn't even want to be here. Like, this is weird. And all of a sudden she like dismisses the studio host. Like, she's like, you can leave. And I'm like, oh my God, like what's going on? And the girls file out. They go to like a different studio, or they go somewhere. And I'm like, I have to do something. I have to do something. What do I do? And I go to get my phone where Kanye put it on one of the speakers. And as I'm going to get it, I turn and my manager's walking out. And I'm like, no. Like, where are you going? Yeah, so I see her start to leave. And I'm like, where are you going? And she's like, it's fine, I'm just going to the bathroom. And I was like, no, stay. And she's like, it's right there. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay. And she walks out.
Niykee got noticed for her music covers, but she and Lauren gained industry attention by posting provocative photos online. Allegedly, Kanye was obsessed with them and used them as muses for his Yeezy line. One day, Niykee received a call from Kanye's team to work with him in the studio. Suddenly, Lauren asked the other girls to leave the studio, leaving just Niykee, herself, Diddy, Kanye, and the 3 other men. Niykee discussed how people questioned why she left the music industry and whether it was as problematic as rumored. She expressed her thoughts on the matter. It is more evil than you can possibly imagine. I'm one of the lucky ones. I got out when I could. She mentioned experiencing several assaults, but only 2 of those incidents had a significant impact on her. One of these incidents reportedly involved her and Lauren. Niykee also explained that she hesitated to share her story earlier because she feared no one would believe her. Recent developments in the industry eventually convinced her to break her silence. She noted that after Lauren's lawsuit against Kanye West, there were more doubts about her credibility, which angered Niykee and drove her to come forward with her own account. So, do you all believe Nickee's story? Do you think she's telling the truth? We already know about Diddy's character and the creepy things he's done to Cassie and others in the industry. Plus, it's well known that Kanye has a fixation on pee and sex. He's obsessed with it. We all know how Diddy enticed people with glamorous things, only to cause them trauma later on. There have been numerous allegations and lawsuits, including one from his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. Rumors also suggest he mentored Usher and Justin Bieber, exposing them to things that no child should see. Now, with these lawsuits from these women, it seems Kanye's career might be at risk, as they're about to make some serious claims about him. It's hard to see how he can get out of this. Unlike Diddy, many fans wonder if Diddy influenced Kanye to get involved in these activities, especially since Kanye has maintained a clean image for so long. Now that people are filing lawsuits against Diddy, Kanye finds himself in the same situation. Only time will tell whose side of the story to believe, as Kanye is in a serious predicament. If even a fraction of the allegations against him are true, he'll need to fast to salvage his career in the industry. A user commented, "He should have known that the whole era needs to be exposed." And what's weird is he has his wife walking around naked. That's it for today's video, guys. What do you think about this whole situation? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.